Good evening, everyone. Is my audio clear? Show with a thumbs up. Okay. बोलना पड़ता है बहुत लोगों को, please be on camera. It means a lot because we are going to have a story that I am going to narrate, and I hope many of you will resonate with that story. It's a story of that very technically strong. You consider it that person as domain expert, but not able to grow, and finally had to see the tough life of being laid off. And why I remember that person when I am talking about these things? He is the one who took my interview. The one who took my interview right in front of my eyes. I saw him leaving the organization. So let me take you back 2019 November. It was few days before my birthday. So I was super excited because I got this call from this company, which is in Fortune 500. So I went, and the toughest interview that I have ever faced in my life, 7 hours of interview. The last round, technical, pure coding and other stuff, this person has taken that interview. Till that time, touch wood, I never worked on in a company where they have this policy of laying off people or restructuring and other things. The worst that they were doing was that when the market is down, you will not have any hike, and you cannot ask for big benefits whatsoever, even other things. How many of you resonate with these kind of situations? That in appraisal, they will say that, no, we can't give you a hike. Keeping the workforce itself is a big thing now for us, and all those stuff. I came from that kind of environment to this kind of environment wherein something happens in the market and the people, irrespective of what value that they were giving, sometimes, that was my perception, but I will tell you how my perception also changed, that they are let go. So that room was very silent. The head of the department came, and hota hai na, don't talk about this outside. Some of you are going to get affected. So don't talk it, keep it personal, and all those stuff happened. 3 days later, I realized that this person is no more. Why am I talking about this story? Because it affected me so much that from that day, I started understanding, like, if at all something happens in the company, what are those things that if I have will secure my job? How many of you want that kind of situation in your life wherein you get an assurance that come whatever might happen, because I am not replaceable, I have my job secure? Show with a raise of hand. It means a lot for us. So today we are going to understand very important thing as to how you can become irreplaceable. There is an activity that you will do. You will get the worksheet, but I will show you how the worksheet actually looks like and what each column of the worksheet that you have to fill, then feed it to ChatGPT to get your MVAs. So what is MVA? Let me start sharing the screen and talk about it. So this is what we are going to talk about, how you become or you can become irreplaceable and how AI can actually help. Contrary to the fact when people are saying that, acha AI aa raha hai, kya hoga mera? But I am saying with AI, you can actually become irreplaceable. Because you know your, what I called your MVS. When the situation is gloomy, when the decisions have to be taken, tough decisions, you are regarded as someone because you are irreplaceable for the fact that people, when they are put in your shoes, can't deliver. And it need not be always based on your hard skills. And also, I am not saying that it is based on your soft skills. It has various factors. Think of it like a glass in which you are now pouring water. I will use this analogy, but keep in mind, think of a glass with some water. And you do that by leveraging what is called as your most valuable activities. So let me flash in front of you some activities which are important. Replaceable tasks. In organizations, irrespective of our designation, maybe adhering to our designation, we would be doing certain activities which are very, very important. But there are also many activities and we wear many hats. You are not responsible for some activity of testing, maybe some delegation of some activity that was delegated by your manager. All those activities we do and we see that that day has gone very productive. But from in the perspective or from the perspective of organization or whatsoever, those are not your most valuable activities. Now let me bring back that analogy. Think of a glass with some water. Now I am not getting into that psychological aspect of growth mindset, narrow mindset, half water, half air. No. Physically speaking, there is water and there is air. Even if I keep on removing water, air will occupy the space. So in a typical day in an organization, your activities which are not most valuable activities, but the least valuable activities, if they take place, they will keep on feeling like air that takes up when the water is going. Until and unless you intentionally do this something called as most valuable actions. So what are few actions that I thought of, irrespective of any kind of job? Strategic, creative, and value driven. Your routine, repetitive, and low impact tasks actually put you in a vulnerable situation when the things are not going in your way. Most of the day, typical day, actually gets blown away in the wind of these kind of replaceable tasks. It could be by a human or it could be by a machine. And especially when people are growing in their experience, I particularly felt, I want to be so honest with you, I heard from many of my colleagues that this junior or collection of this or group of these 2 or 3 juniors can take away my job. How many of you felt or heard these kind of situations? Because this person has now seen that he is not growing anywhere in terms of technical capabilities and all those, and fresh blood is coming. So your most valuable task activities actually matters. And once you decide those kind of activities, your energy actually goes there. So the 2 things that I heard from my mentor when I started understanding about this irreplaceability are this: your MVAs, and then focus your time, effort, energy onto them so that you keep on filling the glass with water, which is your MVA. Now imagine like this. There is a hot air balloon that is supposed to go up. The more I load the hot air balloon, the tougher for it to reach greater heights. Think back, look at your daily schedule, take help of the worksheet that we are going to give, which I will show now as I mentioned, and see what are the tasks that can be delegated, or if not done, doesn't matter much. Make your balloon go up and up by removing the load so that your most valuable activities are actually seen. People definitely take care of accounting your time. Now, when your accountability of your time is seen in the most valuable activities, which are your MVAs, obviously the perception will be that you are very valuable. There is one simple strategy that can be adopted, and I will also show you how. And this is a simple mindset shift. From tomorrow, you will start not looking at your friends, your colleagues, and anyone as an enemy, but they are part of your bigger plan of you becoming irreplaceable, also helping them to become irreplaceable. Now, why is that I am saying? As you have your most valuable activities, each one have their own most valuable activities. There is a saying that somebody's trash is someone else's treasure. When you see in your team that there is a person who is very good with preparing PowerPoint presentations, but for him, that is a least valuable activity. Or let us say, it is a most valuable activity. But you as a manager or as a technical person or whosoever, preparing a PPT is something for you, which is a LVA, low valuable activity. Now share the activities. You give your PPT work to that person so that he becomes, and his work is that MVA and your LVA is taken care. This is what I'm giving an analogy of. When the balloon has to go up, you have to learn how to offload or delegate. But this is a win-win situation. And the same document that I'm speaking about so many times, and you are thinking, "Arey bhai, bahut baar bol diya, abhi to dikhao document." Yes, I will show you the document and a small prompt with which you will get your daily planner also. In the short span of time that we are interacting, it is highly unlikely that I can give a lot of input to the prompt, but I will tell you what are those inputs that you can give to the prompt so that your MVAs are sorted out, your daily planner is also sorted out. Because one of the inputs is your daily activity or your daily routine, so that the AI understands if these are the most valuable activities for Lokeshwar and his typical day goes like this, then this is how I have to plan. Now go for the tweaking, but you are better off with getting the first version of your planner, which you can start right tomorrow and get the benefits. So as long as you are doing replaceable tasks, rest assured, things go in a different direction, it will impact you. Yes. So these are the typical MVAs that you have to think. Doesn't matter at which stage of your career you are. There is some strategic panel that you can do. There is some creativity work that you can do where people feel that you are irreplaceable. So how do you identify your MVAs? And that is through this questionnaire. So the key factors that you have to consider when you are answering that questionnaire, which I am going to show you now, the PDF as well as the filling of that form. One of the factors that I have put as a column is dollar rate per hour. This is the most important thing. And today in one of the podcasts, I heard people have meetings which are meaningless. The agenda is not set, but everybody is called to that meeting. So what this is a psychological test that has been done. When people were chit-chatting, suddenly in front of them, you have that overhead projector, right? It flashed on the screen. What is the amount of salary that they get, the division by number of weeks or hours, and the dollar value got flashed. And everybody started understanding, oh, एक घंटे से गप्पे मार रहा है, कुछ नहीं कर रहा है मीटिंग में, it's not getting anywhere, and we have wasted 1 hour, which means for somebody it could be $80, for somebody it could be $70, for someone it could be only $25. Doesn't matter, but that much amount of money went into drain. So now you understand your worth is actually dependent on your dollar per hour. If you want, you can convert into INR per hour, which is your package by number of hours or whatever you get per annum, considering 40 hours per week. This is one of the factors you need to understand how your MVAs can be figured out. So let me now share the screen and showcase that MVA document. And I have taken a very typical example of a sales executive working in Indian context in a financial organization, ready to, or as part of the work, has to sell the finance products. So here is the Document, where is the document? Yes. Let me share the screen. Yeah. So are you able to see the screen? Enhancing your productivity. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the document. Your work activity. Go and audit your daily work activity. What are the things that you do? Now, if you see the talent, are on a point scale of 10, rank yourself how talented you are. If you don't have that skill, but you are doing that work, you don't have talent, then it is a 0. Like a 0 is no skill or no talent, and 10 is that highest talent. Then the replaceability factor on a scale of 10. Number of dollars that you are being paid for the organization, it's an estimate figure, and you understand it is your salary by number of hours. Then you rank them. Once you rank those things and you fill this thing, you will be able to get what are your top most valuable activities that are contributing to the organization. To do this activity, I highly suggest that you go and talk with your colleagues, your manager, anyone else, just to collect data. What are the needle moving activities that I need to do? One is your gut feeling and your knowledge, but how will it harm? In fact, it will benefit if you go and do that informational interviews from other people. And finally, you see how many total hours do you work each week? How many total hours do you spend in your top 2 activities? What percentage of work time are you currently devoting to your MBA? This is where the analogy of filling your glass with water as well as offloading your work, which is not so important to someone, or completely saying no to that kind of work, so that your MVAs are always getting highlighted. Is this clear? Because now I'm going to jump into an example. I want to show the actual table filled with the values and all these number 1, number 2, and ABC filled. Can I have a raise of hand that till now you are clear with the importance of MVA and other things done? Perfect. So let me now go to the document. This is a sample input document. Is this visible? Yeah. So I gave an example, sales executive working in a finance organization. And these are the typical activities that that person does. I'm not considering the level of that salesperson. Maybe consider him depending on your salary, whatever vision that you get. But closing high-end sales deal, very good with that. Replaceability is very less. Like he goes off, it's very tough for the organization to replace him. How much does he think he is getting paid for this activity when he is working? $100 per hour. So he ranked it as first thing. Similar argument or similar explanation goes for all these other things: building and managing client relationship, generating leads, product representation, administrative task, and all those things. But what is the most beautiful thing is, after filling this document, ranking them. Now this gentleman understood that in his various set of activities that he is actually doing, market research and competitor analysis, or administrative tasks, like because the manager said that, okay, generate this report, he is spending time on that. All the other activities that he can offload or he can delegate, if he is spending, you can also see that it is just a $20 per work. I mean, $20 per hour work. So this is the understanding that he got about his MVAs, and he did this. So to a number of hours he is working. Now, how many total hours he is spending? 15 hours on closing high ticket sales or high value sales, and building and managing client relationship. Because for a salesperson, these are the most important things. So within 40 hours or in 40 hours, he is spending 62.5% of his time on most valuable activities. He still has a gap of almost 30 plus percentage left that he can fill and become that employee who can become or will be irreplaceable. Is this sheet giving you certain sense of what you can do tomorrow with your activities? Are you seeing in your mind those images that, I do this, maybe I am doing this? How many of you are transporting yourself into the scenario of your office, considering your day-to-day activities? Show me with a raise of hand. This table actually showed me my day-to-day activities, what I am doing, what I am supposed to do, and what I am supposed to only delegate. This is so powerful. Becoming irreplaceable is just like that. Now comes, AI kahan pe hai bhai, yahan pe. This is something that I have done, right? So this is something I have done. So where is AI? So before I get into AI, let me showcase let me bring back the presentation again and talk about it. So the key factors we have got, I spoke about MVA sheet. As I said, you need to automate or delegate your routine tasks, and you need to prioritize high impact work that align with your strengths and company strategy. This is where I suggested that go and talk with people who take decision about your career. People who are below you, who give feedback about your progress or your other things that in a 360 feedback or whatever. So always have a balance. In fact, here I am not saying because it is perfectly balanced that you should have equal number of low value tasks and high value tasks. This is a pictorial representation to put in your mind that your high value task has to be always heavier than your low value task. Collaboration will amplify your value. This is where I said somebody's MVA could be your LVA. So have an exchange. And this is one wonderful statement that I always heard from my mentor. And it helped me when I was in my in Cisco, and it actually saved me from getting fired. And this is what I always used to say with my manager. His name was Ram, and I always used to say, Ram, what are those activities that you want me to do that will make your life easy? Simple. What are those activities that you want me to do that will make your life easy? In fact, I always used to say one more thing. What are those activities that if I do, you will face your manager confidently that this has done? And these two statements are so close to my heart because they saved my career. And Ram actually came to me and told that Vamsi, decision is being taken because there are 3 people in the platform code. I think we have to let go someone. I had to fight because I always remember these 2 statements that you say to me. Words can save career. If words can save career, activities can always save career. So let us now jump into the most important thing, how AI can help here. I hope you have seen the stuff that is there, the table and all those things. So let us go to the sample input I have shown. Yes. So let us go to ChatGPT window. So this is what I already told. This is where the collaboration comes. And I spoke about focus because once you have that MVA, your focus goes into those most important activities. Continuously, you will review and adapt your task to ensure alignment with work. So what I am explaining through this thing is you will be now shifting your gears and moving from those activities which are not valuable to the activities which are valuable. So let us now go to ChatGPT window and I will run the chats. Okay, where is this? Yeah, this is the one. Now here is the prompt. The first thing that I did with ChatGPT when I gave this table was to draw insights from the table. So the ChatGPT has drawn these insights. So these are not so very important, but what is important is to get your daily planner. So this is the prompt. Let me copy and go here. Copy this. Let us read this prompt once. I'm asking ChatGPT to act like world's best productivity coach for corporate employees, particularly in India. I'm asking it to recollect the principles from the book Atomic Habits. And I'm also asking it to use a powerful technique. Most of you might have known about it, called a Pomodoro technique, to create a daily tracker. Now, what are the inputs? The inputs typically should be your MVA sheet that you have given, all the analysis and all those things. But for the plan to be very unique to yourself, it has to also have inputs of your daily planner. When I say daily planner, that what time you get up, when do you travel to office, how long you stay in the traffic, when do you take the breaks. So all those things. So, and you also are giving your MVA activities, right? So it will now understand and it will give you the first cut of what can be your typical daily routine or a daily tracker. And it will be using the techniques of Pomodoro, which is that blocking of your time. And it will also understand how atomic habit principles can be applied to your case and curate your thing. So for this person who is a sales executive in a finance company, let us see what it will give. So let me copy the things, his MVA sheet. I'm copying this and also all the questions that you have to answer from the document. Copy, go to ChatGPT, shift enter, paste. Yes, it has copied everything. So let us see the magic. कभी कभी ना चैट जीपीटी इज्जत ले लेता है मेरा. It gets stuck up. Maybe it gets pissed off because I use it so much. So let me refresh the window. Yes, it started. Here is a tracker. Let me refresh again. Okay. What is happening here? Come on, ChatGPT. इज्जत मत निकालो यार. This is so funny. Machines taking people's. For the final time I am giving. So it's bad response. Didn't follow full instructions. So regenerate. Okay. I do not know the real technical reason, but it has got the information, but I do not know why it is generating, why it is not generating. But this prompt also will be added or it will be separately sent in a sheet and it will be put in the document as a separate document in the Facebook group. So I hope that the idea is clear. You have got the table to be filled and the prompt is going to be given to you. Give your day, only what is pending is your daily plan. कब उठते हो, कब खाते हो, कहाँ पे जाते हो, वीकेंड में क्या करते हो. Give everything. On top of it, maybe give your aspirations, maybe give your dreams, what you want to achieve, anything about you which will make the output so much personal to you. Like you go to your doctor and you speak about the ailment that you have. Let the doctor decide what should be the best medication or the course of medication. ChatGPT will exactly work with you. The better your input, the better will be the output. Acha, output is not as per your thing, tweak it, iterate. Is this clear? Perfect. So let me now share the screen, and we have, I think, one more slide. Yeah, you are crossing the bridges. This is what I'm talking about, from the place where you are replaceable to a place where you are replaceable. Tomorrow's session, anything your relation with the money. इतना काम हम क्यों करते हैं भाई, आखिर पैसे तो चाहिए हमको. And I remember थोड़ी सी तो lift करा दे kind of thing. When Amitabh Bachchan needs money, we all needs money. We all need money. So your relationship with money, you will understand so much about it tomorrow. Wait. Ruko zara, before you log in, this is our ritual to summarize, saying that analyze your current task using the MVA method. Focus on at least one high value activity this week to see the impact. आज ही जाइए, चैट जीपीटी को अपनाइए, एमवीए शीट को अपनाइए, गिव द इनपुट, गेट वन एमवीए and start acting tomorrow. If you are so friendly, make partnership with a friend and see what are his MVAs and your LVAs that you can transfer to him or her. Take their LVAs, which can be your MVAs, and both of you can be irreplaceable. Collaborate with co-workers to help each other focus on MVAs. बस पढ़ो भाई तुम ये सब. Every day you are seeing it, so I don't want to repeat this. Join the group, because in the Facebook is what you will get all the prompts and also this MVA sheet. On that note, I want you all to become irreplaceable. अच्छा, मेरा मानने से कुछ नहीं होगा, but I know with this strategy you can become irreplaceable. Yeah, more power to you, and thank you for spending your time. See you next Wednesday. Bye.